Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is Hambbage, and I'd like to welcome you to another exciting, hopefully, adventure in hardcore vanilla Minecraft. This is our slow cooker world. We are in the midst of blisters on our feet as we trek across the land. We, if you haven't caught the last couple of videos, I certainly recommend you do. You can check the convenient current world playlist, and it will move along. I think we're in the mid-20s somewhere. I don't know exactly which one this will be. Got a couple backloaded, so they'll be popping up in the coming days and weeks. But I do hope you guys are enjoying. So we need to get back to our adventure. We're just kind of made our turn and we're headed back home. Let's get the world loaded up here. Again, I loved by millions, but hopefully it only needs one, right? For those of us, and hopefully for Minecraft, whether it's many or just one, as long as you feel loved, that's all that matters. So let's get our world going. It is filling up with excitement and adventure as we kind of try to balance out a little development in game, what all we have loaded or what all we have built around our home. So let me introduce our friends. We haven't named them yet. We're still awaiting kind of inspiration for a kitty cat name, but I think our parrot bird here, I don't know what the blue multicolored, if there's any bird fans out there and they know what species. I know, like, the red macaw, what the white is a macaw type as well. The green are the real parrots, and I've seen parrots at least in the UK, and I don't know if they're released and have become feral populations or what, but there are wild populations of parrots in the UK. Ironically enough, I don't know if parrots naturally occur in the Caribbean or Mexico or anything, but that's what I've seen them in England when I've been out looking at wildlife and parks and stuff. Just flocks of them that go up in the tops of trees, like you'd see like a sparrow or something like that. So pretty cool. But yeah, if you are a tame bird person who knows a lot about, I think that they're all based on various species. I think maybe they just kind of went off natural and then added more colors, but there's tropical birds. There's there's a lot to be said. Well, this is a decision. Which way around? I think we gotta backtrack and hug the jungle that we came from, because yes, not no. If this turns into just land, we don't have boats, and we can't get both pets into a boat. We might leave them stranded somewhere. We really want to try to walk all the way back home. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, complain all you want, kitty. So we need a cat name. We need some kind of inspiration for that. It doesn't have to be immediately. If I haven't come up with one by the time you see this video and you feel inspired, feel free to drop a comment. I don't promise that I won't have already come up with something myself and recorded it by the time you do, but I would appreciate the feedback and would love to hear your kitty cat names. Maybe we'll have other pets or other worlds where we need pet names. So yeah, we'll keep those in mind. But if you do, try to keep it with a food theme. The name of this world is Slow Cooker, as we've talked about, and whether it's a food that directly would be something you would necessarily prepare, or something that comes out of a slow cooker, an ingredient or cooking method or something that goes in. Any of those things are valid, but like we'd been talking about an encounter I had with another person who's a fan of the guava fruit when we met our parrot. We'll see if Kitty gives us anything here. Not that I know of, but you don't necessarily see if it's something you've already had. More if it's a new item, right? If we get a rabbit's foot, we'll never have had it. It'll pop up on the corner of the screen, new recipes unlocked or whatever. So we'll kind of watch for those. If we, I don't even know that we've had a raw rabbit, so that would be another one that would actually trigger a notice. So little detour, but all in all, probably excuse me, more hiccups. A big time saver rather than trying to navigate a swamp with a cat. That's that's not a recipe for quick. So we'll kind of carefully pick our way down this hillside, a little scrambling. That is a technical term, scrambling down a scree slope. Definitely helps if you've grown up walking on ice a lot, as those of us who had childhoods in the upper Midwest know. Particularly anybody who rode a school bus on and had your bus stop on a sloped road, as I did. I lived on a bit of a hill, and our road was, significant enough that not too long ago I definitely had to use some of my friends, neighbors, for me, girlfriends early on, some of my parents' adult friends, and my brother-in-law a little bit. And, if he ever comes across this, I know, probably affectionately take it, but he's struggled because our street, and my parents have since moved away. We don't live there anymore. But my childhood home, the street went east-west, I think. Yeah, east-west, and rose uphill to the west. And the house, was kind of oriented north-south to the street, right? Street's going east-west, so the front of the house faced north. And it was further uphill from the street. So it kind of, looked down on the street a little bit, and the driveway kind of curved from the street up to the garage, and it had a little one parking spot off to the east. So, if you think the driveway starts west of the garage, right? And it's not long, but, a couple dozen yards, maybe. I don't know. It was a lot to shovel when I was a kid. But it curves up to, wow, look at those horses. You guys seeing that? Guava, come here. Kitty, you need a name. Look at those horses. That's crazy. Let's go up and see them, if we can. So, yeah, kind of think like that. If the road's going here, our driveway went up from the street, and then the house would have been back over here. And it was a curve, kind of like this horse island thing that we've got here. And there was a knack to driving it in the winter. It would get snowy. You had to have more momentum than you might have thought to really, do it nicely. If you got slow, you'd get slidey. You'd get slidey. Your car would wrap backwards a little bit, and you might not make it all the way up. So you wanted to start with enough speed. Well, you're coming up a hill anyway that might be snowy. Is this just going to go the whole way like this? Are there any of these that have two? You go scout ahead, Bird. Tell me what I got. I hope I make it. But yeah, you had to, especially if you were a guest, right? You're going to come into this parking spot that was kind of wrapped around back at the back corner of the driveway. Okay, we don't need berries. We do need torches. Because we're just going to give you guys a little bit of light up here. This is beautiful. Yeah, be careful, don't fall off your little home, but look at you guys. Yeah, I'll give you some light. Hi, horsies. All right. See, that's the novelty. you could never plan to have a random stairway up to a horse island in the sky, but we found one and we went up and visited it because we could. There's no reason not to. So, where are we and what are we doing? How this relates to the jungle that we've left and the home that we're trying to get back to, I have no idea. And no, we're still not going east. Shut up. What's going on? Are we still okay? Okay. I hope so. That seems like an awfully big X number. And I deserve everything I get from myself for and sometimes talking about, oh yeah, in the real world, I'm totally confident about which direction I'm headed and all that. I hope we're not doing an awful lot of backtracking. Who knows? Fingers crossed we're going the right way. So anyway, snowy driveway on a hill, and it takes a little bit of knack. You gotta go in a car with enough speed to continue to climb up. What could be slick. If it's icy, wintry stuff on the road or in the driveway, and you had to navigate. What's not really, but more or less a 180 banked turn. Not if it was banked, it would probably be easier. But you're coming up a street that's going uphill, and then you're turning into a driveway that's further going uphill, and you've got to turn around to kind of the place where it opens up and flattens out to park on. So yeah, little knack and a little bit of practice required. Well, if you've never practiced it, that's something that can be a real challenge. It just managing icy roads can be as well. I don't belittle that. I grew up learning to drive in those conditions. So for me, from the very start, you just, as a teen young driver, you were bad and people knew you were going to be bad, and you kind of defensive driving is something you learn all the way along if you live in those climates, because whether people are new drivers or new to the area or just distracted, any of those kind of things, when significant weeks or months of your year are spent with unvariably challenging driving conditions, right? Here in Colorado, people will just not drive when it's snowy out because you can wait a couple days, and I saw that hole, so I went around the tree, and then drive when it's better out. You don't have to do anything, and the longest snowstorms last a few days, but even then, it usually warms up pretty quickly, and the sun comes out, and you can tell a place when they plow snow to the middle of the street. You can tell that's a place that they may get a lot of snow, but it's not real winter because it very quickly melts. So they'll just push it in the dark asphalt of the roads will actually help get rid of that snow quicker. In the Midwest, everything gets pushed to the sides of the streets because once it falls, they know it's not going to go anywhere until winter's over. And there's massive snowbanks, especially you get a little bit of lake effect snow from the Great Lakes. You have walls. As kids, we build massive snow forts just in the piles that the plows built up. That's always something. But I kind of got to that. I was talking about scrambling on scree slopes in the mountains, but you also this. I know we're so far away from spawn. We're like 5,500 blocks, but I'm like, oh, we're in mountains, and we're walking around a jungle, so therefore we must be back in the mountains where we spawned in. We're not, but they're mountains. It's nice. So scrambling and scree on a slope when you're hiking in the mountains is where you're on a slope that's got enough pitch that if you're just in boots, the loose stone coating will sort of slide, and you can sort of ski. It would be the comparison for people that maybe haven't experienced it, where your each step won't actually be anchored on the ground. The ground underneath will slide as you're walking, so you're kind of getting your own steps, and you don't want to just stop. It's not snow or ice. You won't just keep going, but yeah, you need to kind of expect that and kind of roll with it more or less. So this is how we get in trouble. We keep wanting to get. Well, I don't know how. I guess we gotta go a long way this way too. I don't know what happened to the jungle we got here through. I'm so confused. Anyway, we're having fun. This is why we have a full episode to get home, and we hope our animals will survive the journey. So yeah, as a kid living on this street that I took all that time to tell you about, I keep getting diverted, but I keep going back to it. So in our driveway, there would be, but this was not my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law just one slick night when it was freshly snowing, lost traction. He was nice enough to drive the whole family around in their van because they had little kids, and couldn't get back up the hill because it hadn't been plowed or sanded or anything. And so I switched out, kind of just more feel for what you were doing. But we had, sometimes you'd have like dinner guests over or something, and and either coming in or more often trying to get out, because you could figure out pretty quickly that you just had to kind of continue to accelerate through this hill, and you could get up to the parking spot, and great. Getting back, there's no turnaround, right? So you backwards down the hill and around the curve, and get out. And I knew, because it was my job mainly. My sister was down, especially when we had this like corded electric snowblower early on. She was down to do the driveway cleanup with that stuff. I was always more of a shoveler. I was like, it's not worth it for that. And young, adolescent and teenage kid, I'm like, I got muscles. Why do I need a snow? This. It was underpowered. It wasn't an ideal snowblower. Later, when my grandparents moved out of their house, my dad was like, "Oh yeah, we'll take your like massive, could be used, I don't know, in Alaska on a ranch somewhere, like gas powered, 4 foot of snow eater part, the front part where the spinny things just chew up the snow. It was huge and self-driving. I was like, oh yeah, see, that's how all your parents are too, by the way. As soon as you guys aren't around to do it, when it's like, oh yeah, it's character building. We're not going to get a new lawnmower or a new snowblower or anything like that. Once you're out of the house, watch. Oh, look, yeah, it was time to get a new one. We didn't quite realize how worn down that was until I had to remember what it was like after 15 years or whatever of not doing whatever the chore was. Once you become an empty nester, you're like, yeah, I'll spend some money to not have to deal with that. Which again is your parents' absolute right. They raised you, they looked after you, and they're right. It is character building. You should do some chores, and they shouldn't just be easy. And you don't necessarily even need that. Like I said, as a kid, I actually preferred hand shoveling it, and still kind of do when I got to do anything. If it's not impossibly heavy or overwhelming snow, I would rather shovel off a few inches over and over again as the snow is falling than just fool around with getting out a snowblower and all that kind of stuff just to do it once. It's just my take. But as I mentioned, our driveway faced north. North does not get a lot of sun, and when you live in the upper Midwest or anywhere in northern climates in the wintertime, the sun angle is low. So The house, the slope, everything conspired that there was no real melting happening on the driveway or the street. And it was my job to kind of work on that, because even, you shovel, you sand, put some salt down, all that kind of stuff to give traction on the driveway. The melting snow in the yard would settle down to the driveway. So you'd get, as it did melt, you'd get fresh coatings of water that would ice at the bottom, because it, kind of dam up down there. And then you'd have these ice slicks. And, guess whose job it was to go out and break those up, shovel them off endlessly. That was yours truly. Not my, if you can tell, not my favorite chore, but a good one. And now I look back and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, getting down, either taking trash cans to the curb in the winter, also a chore of mine, or just getting to the bus stop. In the fresh morning after it melted real good and everything had frozen up overnight, you could have a real feet of downhill slope all uniformly coated with fresh ice, and you learn to kind of ski in your shoes on the way down without any real angle, and keeping your weight forward in your feet and moving as you did that was a real good coach. But I kind of got to all this talking about waiting for the school bus, and hey, another bee. I saw the bee go off. Can you get back in your little house? That would be cool. Let's use this. I've had the coordinates up the whole time, but I haven't really looked. We've made progress. We were up at like 6,000, so we moved like 1,800 blocks back on the X. We haven't really gone south as much, and I should be watching the bee. Did the bee go in? Bird, cat. Were you guys watching the bee? No? You sure? Was that a no or a meow? I didn't really hear the bloop sound. Again, we said we weren't going to waste a ton of time. And this episode could go on for a long time before we really get home. So we'll keep pressing on. Who knows? Maybe bees move in, maybe they don't. So we were talking about bus stops in the winter. Oh, another one. Do you have a bee going in? There's a bee. Bee, come back here. Get in this hive. Come on. Oh, there's some jungle. So we're getting back close to where we, at least. Oh, man. All right, here's some flowers. You guys get that honey and go right back in. Yep. Well, we'll wait. Do. Oh, man. I could have had that. You got a neighbor bee that totally faked me out, guys. Not cool. Maybe if you spread out and didn't all go to the exact same day. All right, there's one. Good. I'm going to drink some coffee while we're waiting here. 2. Now you got to get back in before they come back out. Come on. Come on, buddy. Get that pollen. Nectar. Pollen. Either. Both. Good. Oh. We don't need those. Okay, now make sure we're still headed the right way. Make sure we don't fall into a exposed lake. I mean, would that be like a sinkhole? So before the opportunity with the bees distracted me, a welcome distraction, by the way, just like you guys were. Oh, I'm sorry, bee. I probably took your home. My bad. Bus stop. We're gonna press through. We're gonna be undeterred. We're gonna get to the end of the story. So, living on the hill as we did, kind of the neighborhood bus stop was somewhere along this hill, and whether it was up or down, either in the morning or in the afternoons, you would get this chance to kind of boot slide down the street, either to it. And when you were waiting for the bus, if you were out there ahead of time, and it's morning, right, in the Midwest, so it's chilly, and you're all bundled. Parents, knew you gotta bundle the kids up if they're gonna go wait for the bus. Um, so you would, you'd be all trundled up, but you want to keep moving too. You didn't just stand still. So you would, you'd kind of kick out these little like toboggan runs for your feet in the snow around, these snowplow banks on the sides of the road, and you just kind of boot slide in them. So you really develop it was like out of boredom, you develop these techniques to keep your feet as they're sliding in the snow and all that. And yeah, fun way to pass cold times in our childhood, waiting for the bus. Nowadays, I'm betting you guys are watching me as you're waiting for the bus on your phones, but we didn't have all that back in the day. Now, those awesome like fingers of jungle that I was talking about, how cool they were, are now things that we've got to navigate around. We should really sleep here soon. Let's do that. Come on over, kitty. Cozy up. Oh, there's a string. So yeah, he left one over there. Maybe that's something we should be watching for since our inventory's full. I don't know. Okay, now we need to make sure west is okay, but we kind of want southwest, because we don't want our kitty or our parrot to get blown up by a creeper accidentally. All right, let's see if we can go without for a minute. It would be nice. I'm not a huge fan of the debug screen for the directions. I know, some people talk compass. There should be a compass in the game. I don't think you need it. There is a compass in the game. You can craft it, and it'll show you north as a compass would. And there's maps in the game. So, really, you can get this. You don't need to have a mini map in every game just to constantly tell you where that's the fun. This is a sandbox. As a hardcore open world game. Oh, there's a little spider running over my wall. Hi, buddy. Distracting. Kind of watch to see where he ends up. Like I said, spiders don't bug me, but I want to have them find my face when I'm sleeping. All right, he went out. Being an apartment, the like seal on one of my deck doors is not perfect right at the bottom. Oh man, now I'm going back deeper into the jungle. Spider got to me. All right, yeah, we're gonna come try to hug the border here with the trees. We never did, and I was wrong. We didn't have podzol just throughout in the jungle. I think it's the bamboo forests that have the pods. Ow! Hey! Bushes? What does it? You're all getting mashed until I get all the berries. Just for poking me. Now I gotta pick thorns out of my shoes. Stickers. Thorns are bad. It's no fun to find yourself in a patch of bushes that have thorns. I will admit that. Where did the jungle go? Oh my goodness. All spun around east. We don't want to go east. We're going to go southwest. Okay, there's the edge of the jungle. So let's go down and up this hill. So, what were we talking about? I think we covered the whole like snow driving, sliding on waiting for the bus thing. I think we got that one done. I don't know if there was like something I was like, oh wait, let me go back and finish the story. But I think I got all that stuff. And again, I don't have. I think sometimes I should like write down a few topics to talk about in the course of record. Just ideas, things that if nothing just occurs naturally, to have a few things to kind of talk through. I think I do a decent job of keeping keeping some of those in mind as I go. That didn't come out very clearly, but while I do, it can be tough to remember. Did I actually get through to whatever the end of that particular topic was, or my full thoughts, or did I get distracted? Because as anybody who's watched any of these knows, we're very prone to get distracted. Whether it's the game itself, all of a sudden giving you an unexpected bit of content, or whether it's the flighty nature of my brain. Hey, Wolfie, this is a kitty cat. You're not one of my pets, so I don't even think I have any bones, so you can't be. Ha! That's right, kitty. We don't need no dogs on this one. Wait till you meet Salty, though. Salty's my bud. You guys are going to get along. People with cats and dogs. Again, I've never had a pet cat myself, so I don't know. I don't know if we ever really got. Yeah, I think we killed. I think we killed the cat topic when I was talking about it. Covered, the fact cats seem to gravitate to me, and people that I knew more so early. I don't think as an adult most people introduce their pets and I'm like, my pet hates everybody, so good luck. But back in the day, they certainly got that. Oh man, these people we're gonna meet them, but they have the meanest cat ever. And inevitably, whenever I had that introduction to people or their pet, that cat would be in my lap before long after whatever first visit it was. Whether it was to go over for a meal or whatever. If people had a notoriously hostile or aloof or just apprehensive cat, they would gravitate to me. I don't know what it is about me, but and I said, I'm not trying to say that I'm bragging when I say this, but I do think, I genuinely like animals. I've always loved my pets, and even though cats make me sneeze and itch a little bit, I still think they're cute and they're genuinely affectionate. And while I don't think I would put myself through having one as a pet because I am allergic to them, and I don't just want to live on antihistamines all the time. I would. I certainly, and I have lived with. While I haven't had a pet cat, I've had roommates that have had pet cats. For a few total years of my life. So I've lived with them. I just have a very firm rule that the cats can't come in my bedroom because really, when you're allergic to something, don't let. And personally, I try not to let animals on my bed. Dogs, cats, any of that kind of stuff. That's your space. Be clear, and I've talked about it before. Give a dog a place, whether it's a kennel or just a dog bed or whatever, something that they securely know is theirs, that they won't be denied, and if they go there, they won't be messed with. Now, sometimes as your and call it what you will, pet owner, pet master. I know that some of those terms are people can react and rage. How dare you? Well, no offense intended, but they're animals and you are responsible for them, and to an extent you are their master. One, in the letter of the law, you're their owner. You acquire them, whether you pay a license, just like you would for a car, to your community, to tag and track them or not. Those vary by the municipality, but yeah, while they can be your companion, and that they are under your responsibility. If they bite someone and cause injury, I didn't need all those. You can get sued. So yeah, I've always used pet owner, pet. Not so much master, but I know it gets used. Typically for me, it's just pet owner. So, if you're a dog owner, you gotta be responsible. And even if you give a dog a kennel or a bed, as the owner, that dog should not ever bare their teeth at you or anything if one, you pull out whatever, blankets, toys, things like that are in there to keep clean, to clean them. But you put them in to make it comfortable for the dog. Dogs appreciate like something a little softer than just hard molded plastic to sleep on. Sometimes a little less so than we would think. They don't need to be overly pampered, and I don't think that they particularly seek out overly soft. Sometimes it's like, oh, you need the 17 times overstuffed dog bed. The dog. Look at the dogs in real life, right? They are just as happy sleeping on the tile floor. It's more a temperature and condition deal. So I don't know that we've ever seen this village, have we? Where are we coordinates-wise now? 31, negative 18. We're getting ready. Let's go do it. Hopefully our kitty cat and our birdie will shotgun to us here. Shotgun? Slingshot? Slingshot is what I meant. There's the bird. Yeah, good job, guys. Do we want to say hi to this village? I don't know. I don't think there's anything really here for us. Yeah, let's keep rolling. Until I get you a name kitty. I don't want to get extra kitties and start, breeding and all that kind of stuff. You're unique and special, and I don't want to lose that or confuse that or have just a herd of cats until I do. So yeah, pets, animals, even though you give them a safe space of their own, a bed, and I'm a big proponent of that. Kenneling dogs, whether you kennel train them to sleep in that each night, I think as a young dog, that's really important. Cats obviously are different. You're not going to really have cats contained so much. That's part of the deal. But early on, at least with dogs, to protect your furniture and your shoes and all that kind of stuff, you definitely want to keep them contained. And we've talked about that. They can then grow out of it. And personally, I think once dogs reach an age, and you can, just like children, you give them more room. When I've had dogs as an adult that I've kind of helped to train and condition, you start them out as little puppies, and when they're going through house training and all that, or ideally, huge tip here, ideally, and if you have a relative with an older dog, or you already have an older dog, if you're going to get a puppy from a young age and not do a rescue, and you need to go through house training, the absolute best way to do it, hands down, is don't do it yourself. What you need to do is either have that puppy stay in the home with an older dog for a significant amount of time. Either you may have picked out the puppy or whatever, but if you have a willing parent that has an already trained an adult dog, they will potty train or house break a dog much quicker than any way that you can do it as a human. There's good methods and bad methods. You don't want to be negative, even if that isn't an option. Positive reinforcement. Anticipate. It's just like with little kids, right? The whole toddler, hey, do you need to go potty? Let's go sit on the potty until you need to go. You can guess better than they can that if they just ate or they just drank a lot of water, condition them that right after that you're going to put them outside, and that they'll spend time out there until they do their business, right? That's the best way. And then, especially when they're very young, lots of praise. Good job. You did so well. That was good job. They'll respond to that, and you can, just like when you then get on to later training of heel, sit, stay, no. What are the other command words? I don't know. Like I said, I don't currently have a dog, but yeah, once you get onto that basic dog training, that should be, again, a part of every responsible pet ownership. Don't learn the pig sounds, bird. Um, you don't. Um, bird, cat's with me on this one. um, yeah, as a part of that training, you also can use treats and that kind of stuff to positively reinforce. The whole whacking them on the nose if they do it. You want to remind animals when they do something inappropriate, and this is the roundabout way of getting back to what I was saying, is that in your home, as far as kennel training and stuff goes, you can expand boundaries with your animals as they grow up and grow more mature. So in my case, we would start dogs in a kennel when they were getting house trained. So, there was, and this is overnight, right? Obviously they can play, but just like with little humans, they may need nap time and stuff like that. If they're overstressed or there's too much going on, or it's just been a big day, and you kind of sense you want them to be busy again in the evening, so they have a chance of sleeping for a big part of the night. Go ahead and give them nap time and time, just like you would with a toddler and infant in their own bed. You kind of prepare them that this is your spot, this is where it goes. Well, then as they adapt to that, and once they become comfortable there, and they're making it through the day without accidents on the floor. They're showing that they're housebroken, and those things are good. Yeah, they're still going to be exploratory, and they may be prone to chewing on a shoe here or there, and all. It's unfair to expect animals to be perfect in those regards, but you share a part of the responsibility when, if it's the fancy new purse or something, you don't leave that on the floor. If it's brand new shoes, put them away in your room and close the closet, that kind of stuff. You have a part of that, and you have to watch your animals. Don't just let them be unsupervised in your house and go from room to room where they'll come back with, a pair of your underwear or something that they think smells really interesting, and you just thought you had tossed in the hamper, but they fell short. Animal's gonna get after that. Socks, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, as they're getting bigger, and you got to leave the house, but you're not gonna be leaving them forever. You're just gonna go out for an hour or two. Instead of putting them in the kennel, if you start with the kennel in the I guess let's keep the jungle sapling over the oaks. We've definitely got enough of those. Yeah, you let them try a few hours in the kitchen, and that's where we would start the kennel, is in the kitchen. It's by the usually most floor plans of houses. The kitchen has a door that opens up into the whatever yard or balcony or whatever you have, and usually that's where the dog's gonna go. If you're in an apartment or whatever, and you are committed to a leash and walks, that's a different story a little bit, but you can expand their space into that that kind of linoleum or tile floor, where if they do have accidents, it's not going to ruin your carpet. And again, expect that those things may happen. You're not going to freak out and abuse the dog for doing something. A little paper towel and some bleach, or whatever. What's the other one that you don't ever mix with bleach? Ammonia. Floor cleaner to mop up any accidents. You can deal with it very easily without a whole lot of fuss. And you do want to tell the dog, remind them that no, this is not where you do that. But okay, hang on, focus up. I think that was most everything we did. Cat, come here. Oh my god. Was that my bird? No. Bird, where are you? I'm assuming that you're making the zombie sound, so I don't think you're dead. Oh no, the zombie could be down there. Bird, tell me you didn't go in the lava already. Okay, you're on my shoulder. I don't know how to get you off, but I'm very worried that you're going to end up in here before I can. We we want to get that lava done before our animals get into it. Like I said, that's big risk. Anything we want to trade up here? Unbreaking, Bane. No, no. Don't even really care about the, I guess. Oh, well, we want the gold blocks anyway. Let's ditch the cobble. I can't see that we're really going to be building. We may have to pop out of a hole or something if we fall in, but now I'm worried that the first of zillions of pieces of netherrack. So I think those are bird sounds. I think we're otherwise okay. So is this sitting directly under the... Again, I want to get on a level in case there's lava underneath. I don't know if there's typically... Now this is... We're winning because I'm not forgetting to unsit my cat. I don't know why you sat in the grass. Okay, good. We made it! Woohoo! And we got some gold. That's awesome. took most of a day. So why were we talking about pets and housebreaking and all that? Oh yeah, the growing responsibilities. So yeah, you give them a little bit of freedom to try out the kitchen and show that they've earned your trust. And then you maybe the next time, you close all the bedrooms so that they can't get to clothes or kids' toys or anything like that, but maybe give them the access to the ground floor. And baby gates are awesome if you have dogs that are kind of growing through that phase. And this is a progression that usually takes up until they're about 2 years old or so. Even for dogs, the last of the puppy in them takes a while to grow out. And again, the amount of time, how long they're likely to have where they may grow bored, unless they're just particularly spiteful animals. They're not going to try in the first 5 minutes you're out the door to go destroy something. And if you give them toys and they've been trained to know what's theirs and what's not, they'll usually occupy their time with what's theirs before they just go, trying to tear into other stuff. Unless, you leave a pizza on the coffee table, which one friend did once. They're going to hit that pretty quick. Don't expect that pizza to be there when you get back. And expect a dog that then has to spend much of their evening outdoors to ensure that things work their way out. But yeah, you can grow up that responsibility and get that to a point where animals are conditioned. So we were talking about that because we were talking about the owners and being able to go into their space, whatever is safe, and you ultimately have that control, and they have to accept that. Yes, that's their space, but not exclusively so, right? If you're going to go for a walk or you're going to go to the vet, they may try to go hide in it because it's their safe space, but ultimately they understand that you're the boss, and when you say that they have to go, you're gonna, you may come in and actually have to get their collar and pull them through, pull them out to get them moving. That's just a part of it. You don't have to be particularly gentle about it. Animals endure and actually respond to a lot more force than we give them credit for. And some of this, oh yeah, alligator tears because you're so mean to an animal. There's one of the dogs that I lived with, and again, none of these were my dogs, but as a housemate, you. I'm not even gonna dare to guess. It's like, is this the gravelly mountain where we were? We're getting closer to home. I mean, that could be the ocean around us. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that we're getting close to home, guys. Closer to home. And we don't have a boat. And even if we did have a boat, it wouldn't really help us much because we got to get you guys back. So, don't do that. So yeah, you're the boss. Animals will deal with that. And long while ago now, but one of the dogs my friend had would always, he had an unfinished basement, so wooden like open slat, if you know what, an unfinished basement. So the stairs have the gaps in between, right? You can kind of see down below them and all that. They hadn't been fully framed in, and they hadn't been, well, I don't know, had they been, they hadn't been wrapped into kind of the boxes with the slats behind each of the steps. They were just floating on the angled pieces of wood that supported the staircase. Well, whatever reason, the dog was scared of that. Wasn't scared of the upstairs that were all carpeted and finished and all that. Cruise up and down those, but would just stand at the top of the stairs and whine. All this. Carry me up and down the stairs, basically. And this was the same dog that for a long time was afraid to get in and out of car. I don't want to jump. And, just would effectively train the people. Oh, you'll pick me up and put me in there. I don't have to jump. All right, I'll take that. So kind of, again, evidence that animals have personality. They'll cut corners if they can. If you give them an inch, they'll take it. They'll enjoy. So anyway, yeah, this dog would, for a long, long time, to where it was a deal and kind of annoying to have to deal with. I don't go to the stairs. And my buddy's mom came over one time and was like, and she's actually trained animals, she's not just messing around. She was a certified or whatever they are dog trainer for a while, so she knows. And one sight of this dog pulling it, and it was like, no, grabs his collar and just dragged him down the stairs, and that was all it took. It was like, oh yeah, I can go. And after that, he's up and down, and she's just like, dog, no, you do this. This is something you can do. You're capable of it. I'm going to show you and make you get over your fear. And I responded very well. Dogs and all animals, if you see in the wild animal parents interacting, they'll get nips and things like that as corrections on their behavior. And who's the dog whisperer guy? I can picture him, but I'm bad with names. But that guy had the TV show on for age. May still. I don't know. But he had the kind of correction, and he also said, you use the lead or the leash to issue that. It's kind of a pinch on the neck type deal, and that replicates the mother animals pinching or nipping on the scruff of their offsprings. Negative 546, 1375 is what we're going for. So we still got a ways to go. A long way to negative in the X and about equal positive in the Y. And I think that's south and west still. I think we'll verify that. I don't remember too well. So even. How are those? Okay. So south, no. West and south. But totally backwards from the number schemes that I thought. So can we do this in a boat? Let's try. I think if we can make this work, it will be a huge time saver coup for us. A win. Again, as always, we are overfilled with all kinds of stuff. I think we left a boat, on the savannah edge of our quarry. Okay. Ditch the dirt. Get the wood, make planks. Ditch the planks to have the table. That didn't work. Switch with the salmon. Come over this way so that we have a chance of getting... There we go. Okay, now this is how this is going to go. Get the boat. Where's the cat? Cat, you need to sit. Good. Now, we're going to try to place... Oh my... I'm so sorry. Oh, here I'm talking all about being respectful of animals and I just punched you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. We'll get you some fish. Here, I got some fish right here. Oh my goodness. There. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. Okay, now... Oh, there's the bird in the boat. Oh, no. Bird, you're supposed to get... I don't know if I can do all this now. Now we gotta push the boat into the water. Bird, you're supposed to be on my shoulder. Oh, man. Now we gotta cave. Ah, what? Okay, there's the bird. Oh, oh no. Oh, no. Not that. Oh, oh, oh my God. Okay. Row the boat. F5. Do we have a parrot on our shoulder? We do. Yay! Let's go. Now, we want southwest. Go. Who knows what more adventures we can have, but... Oh, wait, no. Are we too far? I forgot again. Hang on. No, not F3. E. Notepad. Positive. We want positive numbers on our Z. So Z's got to go. Flip-flop. We want negative there. And... Alright. That's what we're doing, right? So are we in the undiscovered ocean back beyond our acacia farm and the desert and our village buddies and all that? We somehow cut across spawn, maybe? I mean, I guess, right? I don't know. As we still got a long way to go on the X. Oh man, I hope we get home. we will eventually, but I hope we get home in our boat. Now, hopefully our cat will stay in the boat while we sleep. I don't know if he can pull his way out to come sleep with me or not, or if he just stays in. Still in there? Alright. Oh, the bird's not, though. Get on my shoulder. I'm going to leave you to hopefully do it. Get on my shoulder. Come on. Come on, birdie. Are you going to follow? Don't fly the other way, dude. Come here. Get on my shoulder. There we go. Okay, good. Now, F5. No! What are you doing? Get... Bird? Hey, come here. Oh, I hear you. That one was you. I know it was. I don't want the debug screen. Are you on my shoulder now? Okay. Now, stay there. Oh. I forget there's always a double. We're in the boat. Get on. Don't drown. Hey. What are you... So, I don't want to lose you, dude. Why are you going back there and staying? Are you just teasing me? Is this like a dominance deal? Cat, help me understand the bird angle. What's the deal? Oh, this is why I knew this would be so difficult. And it was so nice. I didn't want to get out and sleep. But the drown make that a deal. I think, obviously we got across to this little place. If I can get him to stay on my shoulder or get... again, I'm sorry, it's dumpster day, so they're bouncing the dumpsters onto the garbage trucks. Come on, get on my shoulder. Get on my shoulder. I'm going to keep backwards wheeling this boat until you do. Come on, man. Be a homie. Guava, get on. Get on. Guys, what do I have to do here? I'm pretty sure, like Salty, he will stay there if he doesn't get on. Come on. Okay, well, that's something. You're standing on the side of the boat? Will you follow me, or will you go back to shore? Don't drown, though. Cats used to drown. I remember, I talked before, early on, Paul Sears Jr. was a huge source of inspiration. Maybe we can... Let's do this. Now, which way is our boat going? Will that let me see the... Oh. I'm so worried about you. Would you just get out of the water and jump on my shoulder, dude? We could move so much faster that way. Or if I had a lead, I could... This is about the pet owner comment, isn't it? You were offended? I'm sorry. What the heck? Oh my goodness. This is pets for you. They're gonna get on my shoulder, dude. Come on. Will that tell you that I want you to? Sticky keys. No, we're just trying to deal with a parrot. Get over here. Get on. Come on. No, don't go in the woods. What are you doing? Get on my shoulder. Come on. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Shh. No. Why? Why won't you? Come on. Get on my shoulder. Get on my shoulder. Shh. Oh, come here. Oh, I'd never envisioned that this is how this episode was going to go. I knew it would be a challenge, but I mean, seriously, do we have to try to find land again? The worst part is I kind of have lost okay. Should I break the boat and put the boat back on the ground? Is he... Oh my goodness. What do I do here, people? I don't know how to get him on my shoulder. Come on over. There we go. Come on. Oh, come on, get on my shoulder. Come on, buddy. You can do it. There you go. Okay. Now. Oh my, I can't get... Okay. Now, I think you're locked on. Alright, we can talk again. Okay, now we have to make sure we're still going in the right direction. So we want to increase... No, we don't want to negatively increase because we need to get to positive numbers on the Z. Is this right? No, we want negative like 12 on the Z, positive 5? Oh, I don't know. Should we? Is this the back of our deal, and maybe that's the quarry? Oh, my brain is just cooked by these. And okay, I think this is the quarry. I think we're close, right? This is the back of the dark forest. Maybe, could be totally wrong. No, you think I'm crazy? You're probably right. Looking again. Base camp, negative 546, positive 1375. How am I going to tattoo this on my forehead? No, then I wouldn't even see it. I'm going to use the trusty notepad here. Negative 546, 1375. All right, we're done with this nonsense. We need decreasing negative. Where do we get that? Here. And we need I think we need to go around this dark forest because that would be okay. So whatever that is, that's probably what we've been aiming at. It's probably still southwest. We just need to keep going this way. Now, is it going to be like some way that we didn't ever need to cross this water? Is that where we had the whole like get on the boat? It's probably the parrot was like, dude, you're stupid. This is not the way we're going to go. Stop taking me in the wrong direction. Oh, don't do that creeper sound. I heard that. Negative 5. Oh my gosh. I want to get out of the boat now. Do I seriously have to get out of the boat to go back around? And this is really southwest, right? We're not confusing that with anything. South is the direction of adventure, but we started north. Let's get out. Now I gotta break the boat without hurting the cat. Let's get into... Oh. Stop. Okay, everybody out of the water. Don't drown. Oh, no, not enough room for my boat anymore? Oh, goodness. Oh, because I had dirt. Don't need the dirt. All right. Southwest, right? We're trying to get to positive numbers on Z and negative numbers. Are these getting smaller? What do I got to do to make these numbers smaller? So we got to go further this way. I mean, seriously, did I just come down all this? Maybe I'm just turned around. I can't question that. Cat, bird, roll call. You guys here? Please. Cat. Bird, what'd you do with the cat now? Oh, is he still sitting? Oh, stop the sizzle. There he is. At least he got out of the water. Oh my god, you guys are... I mean, this is why I knew full episode. And I'm sure people are better equipped to deal with these animals than I am. I hope you guys enjoyed the tales of pet ownership, and maybe that gives you a modicum of hope that in IRL I care greatly about animals and do my absolute best to look out for their welfare. It's just Minecraft. It's so much more difficult. Now I'm trusting myself to walk until we sleep without the numbers, and I'm going to hope that once we sleep, they have not gotten worse. but I think southwest is the way we gotta go. Fingers crossed. Watch for the stars. Can't see the setting sun. Yeah. Come on, kitty. Oh, yeah, let's sleep. Let's sleep. Oh, awesome. All right, what can we ditch for this? Flint. We'll take our rabbit's foot. That's a prize. All right, let's check our numbers. We're heading more or less southwest. Our X is still getting smaller, and our Z is still getting bigger. Oh, man. How did we even get stuck in that? Our Z is still getting bigger. Positive bigger. Okay. Now, I know we're trading X, but that's okay. We're going to come back around. Just going around this lake. I feel like, this is learning how to read or something. I'm like, every little step, just keep looking at the numbers. I don't know why this has been such a challenge. Like, why is it hard to go southwest? But these animals are just driving me bonkers as I, try to go around water. Now, if we come back to like mountains by the gravelly stuff again, what's going on? We're just gonna, eventually we won't be able to not get home. I know that's a double negative, but I don't care. We're gonna press through. I think didn't we start around the flowery forest? I mean, there was like a desert temple at some point. Who knows where all that was? We got about 700 blocks of X still to go, and we got about 1,600 blocks of Y. And I guess it's better to get over on X and then go west. If nothing else, maybe I'll learn the cardinal directions as they relate to the numbers. So going west, negative X. Ooh, do we have room for more beehive? I saw a beehive. Where'd it go? No time. We're loaded. I don't care. We got lots of bees. There it is. Are we loaded? We could trade a jungle sapling. Some of these sandstone things. Bee just came out. We'll leave you. We've taken too many of your friends. Stay wild, my bee. So, heading west, negative X. How I'll ever... I know I won't. I mean, how long have I been playing this game and it's never really stuck? Negative X west. I need like is there like a mnemonic device to recall these things? Anybody got a little phrase or something? I'd appreciate it if there was one. Negative X is west. Positive Y is south. Negative Y is north. Northy negative. How do you get the Y in there? Y is north negative. That would maybe. Oh wait, but north isn't. No, because we're going positive. South is positive Y, right? Right? How are we gonna get over this hill? Oh my goodness. West is negative X, and we're still going that. Because we're going to get... Come on! Now it's the dumb debug screen that's like hiding my view along with this bed. Silly mountain in the way. And again, don't confuse. I'm not frustrated. I'm just trying to teach myself a skill here, and it is challenging. As you're when you rely on the coordinates, the landscape becomes secondary. So you're not really just freely moving around these mountains, and they become a more of a barrier when you're just trying to follow directions. It's not my natural instinct, but if I could teach myself that, oh, but maybe we are getting back to back to our actual spawn. It's probably in here somewhere. We're close enough. Yeah, because these are massive mountains, and that's what we started in, and now we're gonna have to deal with going up and down them to try to get home. We're going pretty much the opposite of how we want to go. Yeah, squawk is right. Anybody ever have a squawker's macaw, by the way? Like an animatronic macaw? It would actually kind of record. You could teach it to say things by repeating them or whatever, and it had this like little plastic. It looked like a shortbread wafer cookie. I don't know. Silly. Never really worked well. It took way too much batteries. Yes, it did. If we can get over to that desert, I think we can kind of dogleg around this whole mountain area. That is our spawn. We made it back. Our mission was accomplished. If we can get our friends home though, oh, I'll be so happy. We'll never have to never have to travel with them again, with fear of losing. Like if I set out with a pack of dogs, there's going to be some loss along the way. That won't be terrible, but. Getting our friends home will be awesome. So, and I'm not even looking at the time. If this one goes long, I apologize, but we're on a mission and we're not stopping. Now we can sniff our way home, and I can kind of context it in the maps. I think we're going to go around these mountains, then go hard south, left, and eventually get home. But this is better than trying to go up and down the sides of mountains with animals. And that should take us, without having to cross more significant water, all the way. Oh, wide berth to the lava, though. And the cacti, guys, try to avoid those. They're pokey. So yeah, I don't know if we ever finished any of the animal stuff. I mean, there wasn't really a point to it or anything, and I wasn't trying to get too preachy about animals. I just think you grow their spaces, you give them spaces, you let them know though that they don't defend those spaces against you. You're the boss. You're the alpha. You ultimately have control, but those are their places to feel comfortable and safe, and that's a welcome respite for them. Animals need that. But I think all that really started from and came back to, or as much as it had any real direction, it was just to say that when I was, for whatever reason, cats either sense or otherwise welcome that they can make me suffer. So even the least outgoing or affectionate of cats always seem to gravitate to me in IRL. And people would straight up say to me that they were amazed that their cat was, within 20 minutes of showing up at their house, their cat is just perched in my lap. And they're like, that cat never goes to anybody. I'm like, yeah, that's my deal. And by the way, do you have any Benadryl? Because I'm going to need it after this. I didn't know you had a cat. That kind of deal. So yeah, and I love it. I like to at least think that that animals pick up on the attitudes of humans, and that I'm not scared by them. Cats in particular, I think that was a part of it. Was cats in particular pick up on that that sense that some some people are not going to harm them. They can just go to them, and even the hostile, the ones that aren't particularly claiming of affection, no, I'm not gonna try to, think little kids, right? That sometimes, they're the ones that are trying to ride the dog or, overly aggressively pet them. Was it Elmira was the cartoon character that was always had a pet bunny and was just petting him to death all the time, kind of dragging the skin back off their eyes and everything. They're like, yeah, and that comes, kind of loosely off the Of Mice and Men character Lenny that had, caused real drama. I won't spoiler that classic if you haven't read it for school, but ooh, maybe we can highlight the end of this adventure with some more gold. Now again, guys, be careful. We're not going to swim in the lava. We'll try to sit you down, kitty. Maybe we'll approach this with fresh eyes in the morning. Let's switch back. No, we don't need the seeds. Let's switch back. Go to bed. Hey. Oh, I'm so glad you're still with us. Okay. Now, water at the ready. I think we can... We're not so close yet that we have to sit you and come back, but we'll do it soon. Okay, kitty, come on. Come here. Kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. There you go. Out of the grass. We did that last time. Okay, now... We got water. Oh, of course. Ow. We've probably already been here. If there is a chest. Was this the one where we were like, oh, maybe no, there's a chest. We've been here. All right. Yay. Come on. I hope you don't singe your paws. But hopefully you got some nice pads and they'll keep you safe. Okay, these are the mountains that we've gone around. Hey, horse, we must have met you at some point. Oh, it's so nice when you get that little bit, oh man, which way am I going? I don't want to look at the coordinates, but I keep getting stuck. I've gotten turned around. So nice to find that you're back in familiar. Just finding that chest with the dirt is like, yep. From here on in, I already was confident. Those mountains were around our spawn, close enough by numbers. I didn't look to really see how close they were, but we know we've been in these villages, and these will twist and turn us back a little bit, but they'll get us up to our buddies by the quarry. We've got a boat parked there. That last little boat trip will, I'm sure, be just as troubling and trying as all the others. Come on, cat. You can make that little jump, right? Yep. Good job. Oh. We must be getting close to time. Close to time, because now the game's got to take a little break. I'm watching to see if anything in my start bar indicates. Okay, I just clicked on it. Back to game. I didn't escape out of that at all. I don't know. Since I could move my mouse and the game wasn't going, I just clicked back on Minecraft and it whipped me back in, but put me in the escape menu. So that was interesting. But maybe that prevents some of those lags and hangs in the future. All right, we got a parrot, we got a cat. Our party of 3 continues, so we should just be able to kind of diagonal back through here, I hope. I wonder if any of these are the acacia trees that we replanted. I doubt it. I think that those saplings would still need to grow up. I'm guessing that was a certain bird. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that was unjust. But see, that's crying wolf, Birdie. You've acquired a certain reputation. And that's also part of the fun of it, that when you have birds around, you're more likely to ignore. Oh, that's just the bird. How many times has he sizzled like a creeper? I don't need to worry. Bam! And hopefully we're getting to the point now where they don't just flat out steal our world if they go off, but they can still be a massive mess. Okay, now I think we've cut across too hard and we need to keep going back this way to ring the swamp. Excuse me. Hiccups. Ring the swamp. Get back. I think we're kind of in the ballpark of like an hour and a half-ish on this episode. So, it's really... This has been... And I know maybe it's not not epic excitement for some people, but I know some people are probably getting a total kick out of trying to travel with animals. If you've done it yourself, it's challenging. I hope it makes for good entertainment, but man, oh man, can they be a handful when you're trying to keep both, especially when the boats come back into play. I just wish we had a good kitty cat name. What are we gonna call you now that we're getting close? You are the calico, right? You're not like I think the tabby is like the dark gray and brown. Again, cats are not my full-on deal, but I think with the patches like that, you're the calico variety. Flavor? Should we call you the flavor of cat? So what does calico remind us of with food? Does that more than cat get a food or spice cooking thing in mind? I think... Do we see a boat? There it is. All right, guys. One more time. Let's do this for the audience. We're getting short on time, so come on down. Get in the boat, cat. Not bird. Bird, you get on me. Bird. Come on. Good. Cat. Sit. Sit. Okay. Boat. Cat. Can we do this? Come on. Oh, you're so close. Get in. Get in. Get in. Are you in? I don't think you're really in. I think you sink in when you... Oh, now the bird's off. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Okay, you're in the boat. Now, bird, get on me. Bird. Get on me. Good. Okay, let's just check. Good. Me in the boat. Me in the boat. Oh, let's watch. Oh, yay! This is our happy, triumphant victory ride. Guys, you're going to come to my house, to our house. It's your house as much as it is mine now. Yeah, Guava and Calico. He's kind of like a... I don't know. Is it like a... He's kind of like caramel and chocolate chip, like a butterscotch. Would it be like a sundae? Blizzard. We could call you Blizzard, like the... No. I don't think that's it. But it's something like that, maybe. Like what like a candy swirl or something? Oh, there's our tower. That's where we're all gonna live. Look, there's a... Should we show... We'll give you guys the tour. We'll come around in from the other side, 'cause bird, you need to know that we've got some jungle habitat like what you grew up. Those are the turtles. Someday they'll have little baby turtles you guys can see. But yeah, here's Here's our trees. So, bird, don't worry, you don't have to be homesick because we'll have a little itty bitty jungle area that you can enjoy, and that'll be cool. And some bamboo. I know you like that more than we saw in your jungle, actually. Yeah, you got a lot more. So, here's home. Now, let's get back into regular first-person mode so we can get our cat out. Nope. There you go. Cat, out of the water. Don't drown. Oh, yeah, our boat is going to have to float for a second. Cat, come on. Oh, now you sit again. Oh, that's right, because you were sitting, so come on. Calico's not making me think of food. And I don't know what... S'more? You're like the graham cracker and the chocolate and the marshmallow. You can be s'more. How does that sound? Oh, yeah, I think so. Come on. Now, cats love to sit on chests and beds, all that stuff. Let's see if we can get you to sit outside. Like I said, you are a great help when it comes to creepers. So we'll just, sit. We'll have you sit outside. I don't know, it might be a little rainy. Sometimes we may bring you inside. We'll see. See how it all plays out. But you're going to be s'more. S'more or s'mores? What do you guys think? I think s'more, like singular, a s'more. Where's the bird now? Is it on my shoulder? Come on in, bird. You get to come inside. So I think bird, follow me up here. Do I have 2 more name tags? Somebody's going to get... Bird, where are you? Come on. I don't want you on the ground floor. I want you up here so that if I hear creeper, I'm reasonably confident that's not you. Are you on my shoulder? Okay, you're on my shoulder. So how do I get you off my shoulder? I guess I just hang for a bit. It's totally the way of things. If you've got a bird on your shoulder, you're stuck. But if it's not on your shoulder, you can't get them out. I'm going to check. Oh, only an hour and 30. That's not too bad. So we got enough time to at least put our stuff away. And hopefully, if they're cooperative, name our pets. Oh, at least up here, I know that there's not a real creeper. That's why I'm bringing you up here. Get off. How do I... Shoo! Oh, there we go. Okay, so jump. No, I didn't mean shoo. Like, come here. Don't go being like that. Come on back. Come down. Don't be mad. All right, you sit. Good birdie. Now, where did we put the name? Are they in the treasure chest downstairs? Oh, man, we have... Okay, let's put the saddle. The saddles are easy. Put those away. You go away. You two go away. You go away. We got all these sand building blocks. I don't know what to do with those. Where's our... Let's put them down here in the bottom. They can go outside later, but... Especially that one we'll hang on to. Okay. You guys go in there. Your various building supplies. Gold blocks. Did very well on those. Until we get rid of all these. Okay, now let's try to get our name tags before we even sleep. Hey, Salty, we got friends for you, buddy. Only one, so I guess Guava gets it first. Which is fair, because 1, we found him first. 2, we named first. 3, he's a total troll. Ooh, Guava. Guava, you are forever a named pet. And he stayed sitting. Perfect. So, of course, now he's going to sizzle all the time. Now that he's up above our head, we're totally going to hear it. But I'd love to And you see how you have to transport the birds, right? They'll sort of follow, but you really kind of need to get them on your shoulder, move them, and then bring them back. We can put this over in our... Did I just sleep already? I can't remember if I did. Good. Okay, now we're gonna get trolled hard out of the actual creepers because we've put up... Okay, I left that sandstone. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those extra blocks, but they don't quite fit in, and they'll be more confusing over here. So by putting him in, he should keep creepers at bay, right? But he'll also kind of push them away. So, if one's out there, he could get pushed in towards our door. So I don't know what exactly is the best spot. But next name tag is yours, S'more, okay? You'll be S'more. Yeah. I think that's a perfect name for you. So I'm just going to push you back a little bit more in the hopes you kind of keep this perimeter safe. And then I want to put this boat down, get it out of the inventory. Now let's go do bees. And then we'll more or less have completed our land adventure. What a blast! I mean, couple episodes, it feels like a lifetime, especially when you move those animals around, but it's worth... I almost did that wrong, by the way. Hope you guys noticed that. So this should maybe just about do us. Let's start from the far end, like we did. So we'll put one all the way down here, and then we'll fill in any extras we'll put down at the far end. But we'll fill these in around the houses. I think we got enough time. Maybe we can... I don't know that we have quite enough, but maybe we can mostly finish our whole bee operation here before we wrap up. If we ended up with too many bee nests, this will be a first of all, that I ever finish one. We're so far away. But already, this is a lot more than I read. Okay, so those are all good. How many more do we got one more here, but we're getting close. So we only need... do I have those? Yeah, how about that? In one of my favorite quotes from a TV show, everything is coming up Millhouse. And I still... Some old Simpsons episode, but Bart and Millhouse are playing, doing something, right? And I think hopefully the Simpsons are ubiquitous enough in popular culture. Everybody knows, Cartoon Family, they're colored yellow, and Bart is the kid. When I was a kid, they were so edgy that wearing a Bart Simpson's t-shirt to school was banned because, he was edgy, and not so much don't have a cowman, but one of his other taglines was too much for school, and so that nobody could wear Bart Simpson stuff. I don't know why, and not that I did. I mean, ironically, there was, and this goes way back. I've talked about Saturday morning cartoons being basically curtailed because how perfectly that worked out, that we had all those already. They were just enough, and then a couple extra to meet our needs. We get some honey coming out of, and we got bees moving around that have moved in. We'll run some more flowers out so they have more room. Oh man, we're doing well. Awesome stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope you're feeling like this world is, you guys are a part of it, and I welcome that. Or if you're just tuning in once or twice to see where we're at, well, I hope you enjoy that style too. I don't know how this is all gonna play out, but I think maybe we'll do dandelions and poppies right away as It's kind of consistent rows, and that kind of leaves the, oh, well, here, we got a full row. Let's pick up the rest of these. We're getting into flower gardening now. That's okay, we're due. But as we gather these, it'll attract a large swarm of bees, and then we can just turn them all back to them so they can enjoy. So let's go back over away from the ground. Now, just like chickens, but in 3 dimensions, we hit as many of you as we can with flowers, try to get everybody going, and then as their young start, then you gotta kind of back off because they'll steal all your flowers. Okay, so good. That's anytime you do bee breeding, you don't need to get every single one. There's going to be so many of them that you'll be perfectly good. So now let's run some dandelion. Oh, hey, no pushing. You guys are pushing. So we'll kind of do yellow row, red row. And then now maybe we mix in the azure bluet. That's the little white flower. We don't have a whole lot of those yet, but they're the other shortest of the flowers, and this is kind of what I was talking about with the arranging. So maybe over time, lilies are pretty short, and then I think next are the tulips are all pretty short. And after that, there's a little blue puffball-y flower. I think there's a different blue, or maybe the puffball-y one is purple, and then there's a blue one that grows in swamps. There's a variety of kind of medium height ones in addition to tulips. And I think maybe once, maybe a future episode, we're gonna kind of take a break now and get back to focus. We got to figure out which of the 2 priorities we go with. I'm leaning. We're not done yet. We're gonna still try to finish out our bee hives before we go. So we need a lot of wood. And we'll gather up as much honeycomb as we can out of the ready hives. And so let's just get a stack of logs. And our shears and our flint and steel and our shovel. And we'll go collect what goodness they have already. And then we'll just fill it all in. Hopefully that'll be enough to restart everything. Okay, so you... Boom. Boom. Oh, what did I do? Come on now. You. Okay. Both of you. So many bees. So many bees. Hope none of you die. But I mean that's part of the bee, the bee evolution itself. They evolve, and that's why, like a sting is fatal for bees. They are evolved as a multi-life formed organism. The queen is totally susceptible and incapable of sustaining its own life, but she is also the only one that can breed and extend the bees. Keep them alive for future generations. So It's a unique, totally absent from human way to manage things. And if we end up losing a few bees along the way to the harvesting of the comb, we'll just understand that that is kind of a part of it that you would adapt to if you were a beekeeper yourself. I know we're getting low on daylight here, so we'll finish up this one and then sleep and then make our new hives. I do like that the smoke kind of lingers under the hives once you put the fire out. I think that's cool. A fun little touch. Now, I don't think we missed these. I think they're just kind of coming, and this is, let's see where we're at, because this is how bees can get out of control in a time-wise thing. It's not much honeycomb. Did we miss a bunch of it? There's some. Again, I said, get ready for frustration. I bet there's a bunch up on top, too, that we're not seeing. You can usually get it if you jump. I think we're pretty good. But I've had it in non-recorded worlds where, if they're in natural trees and stuff, all of a sudden the comb is like up on top of the leaves, and you're like, how did it even get up there? Okay, this is much better. So let's go ahead and make a bunch of planks, and I don't think 12 is going to exceed what we need for beehives. So we'll just go ahead and make it all. And now we can just fill in. I'm no longer worried about spreading of bees. I think we've with all those nests, and usually that's the opposite. Usually I don't just go out wandering and end up with so many bee nests coming back. So I'm much more concerned with how many we have. But we're 7 total, and that's 3 bee nests and 4 beehives from being done. Awesome. And then we may have to breed them a couple times just to keep filling in, but never before have I been this close to fully complete on my beehive efforts. So very cool. I think with only 4, 1 stack of wood should do. We want to store our various bee tools. We've clearly overproduced on our shears, because once we get done, unless we decide honeycomb is going to be a prominent building element, and we'll do some somewhere. It'll be an accent block, I'm sure. It's kind of cool to have something different, but I never think we're not going to do like a whole room in honeycomb. I don't think that would be a little silly in my mind. But okay, now let's take these two and oh, look at that. We got sand enough to make one. It's always nice to have an even number there. We have no chests, so let's just make a double chest for additional building supplies that we'll put out here, along with but not in our main sandstone-y chest. How are we going to set these apart? That's a good question. We'll put it over here by s'more. Okay, so s'more, you're going to guard, and we'll put the 2 types of sandstone that we're not going to have much of, but will potentially get grabbed by mistake. So more cut sandstone. Our regular sandstone we'll put back in here, and then we can put these things that really don't have anything to do with sandstone over here as well, and that'll just be our smooth and sandstone chest where we can kind of stage up things and turn them back around, more cut. Okay, does that make sense? I think that'll help me. Um, no, we didn't put the smooth or other. I think we'll move those back out just for space saving. So, again, very close to wrapping up here. I don't want this to, it may have already gone over. I'm not even going to check too much. Building stuff. Here. That's going to go. Here. Might as well there. I'll keep some doors. I don't really count as building so much. They're kind of a tool. So we'll take all these various odds and ends and dump them in this chest. And if we're working on stuff or need a random block, we may have it out here. We can go check, but they're not filling up our primary inventory, not overfill. They're not overfilling our overfill. And one sand. Okay. I hope that for my sake and yours indirectly, that helps balance everything out. Makes sense in my mind, at least in this moment. We'll see if it does, if it stands the test of time. All right, all those can consolidate up. We're not even choked with planks. We have a very full batch of stuff. Now we can kind of normalize our loadout. Jeez. I hope you guys hear these as clearly as I do. Oh, this will drive our base building efforts quite a bit because I gotta move so that there's another cool building where I can put the parrot and not be constantly hearing that sizzle. Oh man. Not cool. Cool, but not cool. Alright, now we got you back here. Alright, I think that does it. We, in the course of all of this stuff, we got a few more diamonds, which is great. I definitely got more gold and a few more emeralds early on, again, before the great animal jungle adventure. Oh, we can get started on our cocoa farm too. We'll just arrange some jungle logs to where they can grow. Eventually we may make it more natural. We don't need. We've got all the cocoa beans we need, unless we come up with a need for a lot of brown dye, which maybe we will. Certainly something we may do. But I think aside from that little project, we didn't even leave too much outstanding or unfinished that we've begun. Let's just go up and overlook. I'm so happy about the bees. I mean, all the animal stuff that we've got. The bees are rocking. They've almost got our crops all ready to go. We've spent like no time at our base. We got 2 new pets, bringing our pet count to 3, which is fantastic. We've got names applied to 2 and thought of for 3. I'm excited about that. I think S'more will be an awesome name for a cat. Salty downstairs hasn't even gotten a chance to meet everybody yet, but cat needs some time to acclimate. Dogs and cats can live together wonderfully and make great friends in houses, but despite popular opinion, but they need some time to acclimate. Maybe that was how I got into the whole dog training topic on our walk. Anyway, it was they both need space, and I think that's exactly what I was talking about. So we even finished an incomplete thought or story. Excellent work, guys. Let's end on the high note. We've been doing some great work, and every time that you wow. It's the board. Yep, that's what we did. Couldn't have asked for more today, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I've enjoyed creating, but enjoy it. Hit a like if you don't mind. Definitely feel free to drop comments, offering me my thoughts. We've kind of turned another page in some of our adventures. We haven't really, accomplished too much in the last few videos, but we've had a lot of fun, seen a lot of the world, kind of mapped it out, believe it or not, a little bit more in my mind, so I know what's kind of around us, and will ultimately lead to more fun and adventures. But yeah, I think in the near future, we're going to want to get villagers working and cranking. Our farm, with bees, we're going to be pulling produce hand over fist. So we'll make a nice, secure area for some villagers to hang out. That's not too terribly far away, because we don't want to go a long way out of our way to visit them, but we want to be far enough away that if we get it's the bad omen curse, the voluntary exile is the advancement that we've already gotten for it. But if we get that, we won't just inadvertently trigger raids on our friends. So we'll start working on that. We've done it before. It's recent in my mind, so hopefully we can kind of knock that out with our abundance of tools and everything going on. As we do all that, our experience should skyrocket once we start trading, and we can use that to further enchant some of our completely unenchanted tools. And we'll have the available experience levels once we do get books we want to set them up. When we've got all that done, then we'll get our igloo friends hopefully set up to trade us some of our most desired and most expensive trading books. And we'll call it very good once we get all that done. We're gonna be so rocking. Now, along the way, I'm not gonna shy away from getting back into the Nether. We don't need to have either a darkroom spawner or a full villager outpost going. With some base enchants, we can certainly hazard beginning to explore in the Nether, as long as we don't fall into the lava stupidly. We can start pulling some resources out of down there and moving our game forward that way as well. So those are the kind of plans going forward. Again, just talking a little bit to let you know what maybe in the future. I atypically for my workflow, because we were wandering, I did not load any videos while I was recording these. So in the recent days, you guys may have seen, every few hours there were a lot of videos popping up. That will not be the case here. So I'll probably schedule some of these out a little ways and get a little more of a recurring schedule, since I'm going to load these, and I think I can load multiple at the same time. I'll have a new report next time around, but I'm going to try to load multiple. It will slow the throughput down, but I shouldn't need to attend. So if the oldest of the videos I'm going to start, that'll be episode 21, 22, whatever's current, will be our next one. And I'll try to load all three. The total record or uploading time shouldn't change, somewhere around 6 hours. It's very close to a 1-to-1 for me. So that shouldn't change, but I don't have to be here watching it, right? And that's fine if I'm recording, but if it's going to potentially impact our play, I didn't want to do it. And we're on our adventures, some of the world started having a little bit of pauses. I don't want to risk that, so I'll let them all run, but that in turn, if each one is scheduled, I'll push those out over a wider range of time. So by the time they've all aired, I may be recording more videos in the future. So we'll see, but that's the plan. We've now gotten real close to our 2-hour mark, so filled all that in, and let me take this chance. I don't know if I already have, but I'll do it again if I haven't. Thank you so much for tuning in for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think I said that, but I'm going to take the rest of the night off of content, at least, and get outside. It's just into early afternoon here, and it's beautiful outside from my break, so I'm going to go out and seize the the opportunity. Most of our weekend is supposed to be pretty nice too. So by scheduling these out, I don't know when I'm next going to record. Like I said, bigger projects, sometimes that takes the right kind of feeling to dive in on. So it may be a little bit, but you guys shouldn't notice much of a break at all if I've got the videos popping up as they go. They'll just be a little less frequent as they're coming live. So enjoy as they do. In between all that time, and as you're watching, make sure to take little breaks. Stick your head outside a window, whether it's night or day, or at least get outside and walk around a little bit. Enjoy that wonderful show nature has for us that's called life. She's always got surprises out there for us, things you don't expect. So just like we did in Minecraft, go ahead and do a little wandering in your world too. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you take care of yourselves and others, and we'll see you back here the next time. Until then, take care. Bye now.